when the shooting happened in San Bernardino, we had a lot of people in this country who were more than happy to change the subject from the shooting in Colorado, the shooting at Planned Parenthood. And I feel it's very important that we not overlook as a society the lessons of that Planned Parenthood shooting, because, and of course, we don't want to diminish the lessons of any such tragedy, but I think it's very important that in the case of the Planned Parenthood shooting, it was one of the occasions where I think I felt it most strongly in my gut, the most viscerally, that there is, in fact, a war on women taking place, and that it's not just a figure of speech. But I was curious to know your thoughts on that.
No, that is exactly right, RJ. Actually, domestic terrorism is really different from international terrorism, or specifically Al Qaeda and ISIS terrorism. Those organizations are running a specific political agenda, using violence as a primary means of achieving their goals. Domestic terrorism in the United States has a very, very long and unfortunate history. It includes terrorism generated by the Ku Klux Klan right after the Civil War.
Hmm.
These days, you jump to the 21st century, and we have significant domestic terrorism against women's healthcare providers. Thousands, literally thousands of incidents of violent attacks, be it bombings or fire arson or vandalism, or to the point of physical assault and even murder at abortion clinics, have happened since the 1970s right up to the present. That is a form of domestic terrorism in which a radical fringe, a violent fringe of the anti-abortion movement has decided to use violence to try to get its way. The most dangerous development in this history of domestic terrorism against women's health is that a national political party has decided to align itself with the violent fringe, and in my view is now engaging in incitements to violence.
Well, and I think it's very important that we have that conversation. I think people are sometimes, particularly in the media, are sometimes reluctant to draw the connection between political speech and acts of terrorism or acts of terrorist violence. But I think it's a connection with a long history. I mean, there's a reason why, for example, we have the term rabble rouser in our politics, the notion of people whose speech is incendiary and incites to violence. And I think in the case of the Planned Parenthood case, the shooting in Colorado, it is not a leap of any kind to draw a connection between systematic lies generated by one party, in this case, and its allies, about, for example, the sale of baby parts, and a killer who cites as one of his motives for killing the sale of baby parts, which again does not take place.